Okay, so the reason I just wanted to chat here was that if you see that Qs have made a new high and SPX has not, though I don't want to kind of change the primary path very fast here right now, but what I'm thinking is that if this area starts to fail, which is basically the one which I mentioned, like 5835, 5840. Um, then I'm thinking that there could be a possibility that this was again an ABC pop for SPX, while QQQ is doing its high there, right? SPX is kind of making a maybe a three-way move, and this is just a thought. Right now we closed all the positions, and I don't want to open up anything new on a Friday. It'll be anyway post when it opens on Monday. We'll see what we need to do. But this is just another thought that if this fails to cross over the highs of the day, which is 5861, then there is a possibility that this can turn into something like this as well. Like this flat is still going. Uh, will it make another low? Probably a minor low or something like that here. And the reason I'm thinking about this one is that while we talked about the whole big four on I think that was yesterday. There is still an opportunity to spend more time on this four, and specifically because we have earnings next week, making a high and a top on a Monday, and then we have earnings, which means either this is like melt up or we're gonna start selling all around the earnings, and that's kind of sound little fishy to me. So I'm just keeping this as an option. We don't have to take a trade or do anything right now. We'll see on Monday what it looks like. If on Monday it is not able to get above 5860, then probably we'll do some puts if we want to. But this is just I want to kind of throw out there that this ABC, the first drop, may just be an E. We got a B. We might get another C as well. That's what I was thinking, and that's what I wanted to kind of talk about. If that happens, I mean, it's great. I mean, if this comes, there is another good long opportunity. Even if we miss the puts, we'll do the same thing again. Do long here and then run it back again towards that 59 50. All what I'm trying to think right now is that how it can just pass time between um, earnings and elections and all that kind of stuff, right? So keep this as an alternate in mind, right? So basically, this is your C. Probably here was your B, and this was all A, and this four actually shifts here, right? And then we get another good long opportunity here for the five, which kind of brings it also towards the support on this broader area, completing the whole wave from here, right? So that's one second. There was a question. Hang on. We'll get to that. So that's your SPX, and looking at this again. I wanted this four to be completed here, but if it's not, then I don't know if it's possible that the divergence plays in a different way where Q's complete the five waves first and then then SPX completes. Or this is still an ongoing third wave and we see a dip, right? So there is some difference between the two, which one is kind of going with the way we talked yesterday. The dip in the Qs, if you see from the morning high, was very minor. So hopefully, the scenario stays intact of what we discussed yesterday. That makes both makes high, and there is no divergence between the two. And then in the next week we start seeing some sell. But if SPX stays lower than the day's high, then we have to kind of just rethink a little bit on what's going on in here. Now let me just see what the question is. Hang on a second. Oh, come on. How would you count the melt-up scenario? It's a multiple 1-2-1-2 nesting, which I was saying, which I'm not a big fan of, but I do see people posting such counts where you say, oh, this was a 1, 2, now you're doing another sort of a 1, 2, and then a 3 is gonna start from there and keep moving up, right? So that's kind of a melt up scenario. But again, I'm not looking into that right now. I think this wedge is continuing, and as long as this wedge does not break to the upside and start moving towards 6,000 and above, I think 5950-ish and all that may mark the stop, and then we are looking at the drop to at least come back to scenarios that we discussed on the other day, right? So 5400 or 53. We'll get to know about that, but at least I just want to talk about this minute scenario that if I'm gone for the today rest of the day, and if you guys want to trade something, then do look for this that 5835 needs to hold for the bulls, and the SPX needs to go above the day's high, which I think was 5862 as a high, right? So above 5862, there will be 5875, and uh, yeah, 5880, right? And once it gets into this highs area, you don't probably carry anything else. I mean, let's remove this. Let's say this is holding and you get a push, and if you want to do calls here right now, you can. But above this, I don't want to take any risk as of now, right? So let this 5 complete. We'll see what happens after that. What kind of pullback we get. If this is the 5 wave which it completed, instead of these 3 waves as of now, what we see, then this can have a little more of a, without going higher, and it kind of, starts dropping from here. Then we are looking at some sort of dip again next week, coming back to 5821, and then this can become another 345 scenario, something like that, right? So, a few things which will develop from here. Getting to that 5950 and all the kind of mark that we talked about. It was not as sharp as one would imagine that we'll keep going and make the high this week. But this is another alternate that you need to keep check on. So my opinion right now is just wait and watch. And if you get this 5 into the highs, puts as a trade, you can take some puts here. Let it come back here, and if it chops Monday and Tuesday, wherever we are, I mean, there, like I said, there are plenty of options. We talked about an ABC model. If we don't make the fifth wave high here, we definitely want to see this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then a pullback back again. We want to dip by here. If this stays as a 3 wave, then this is an ABC. Then we dip by here, right? And our potential end target is 59.50. So I'll just take a pause there and see if there are any questions there. All right, looks like clear to everybody, right? So let's watch this. I'll be taking a break. I wasn't feeling very well today, but let's watch how the day ends. Potentially this holds, and we get a rip into the end of the day at 5870. If you guys want to do something, you can do along with the 5835. Let's see where the 50% is. That should be your stop loss if you want to trade something into that. Just looking into from here to here. Yeah, we are almost at 38%, which is perfect for wave 4. This will be a little deeper, to be honest, but keep the you can keep this as a stop loss if you're trying to play along. But ideally, I mean, I would want this 5835 or 5833 to hold, right? So that's my key area of interest that should hold, and then give this fifth wave to me. Right now, we just have 3 waves up, right? So just watch this for now, and We'll see what happens. All right. Cool. That was all. I'll post the recording. Thank you, guys.